quick story time about selling my upcoming novel, which is of Honeysuckle House, which is like practical magic, but if the house was alive. My editor sold this book that comes out on October 21st on proposal. So we submitted a pitch and a synopsis and like a 40-page sample of the novel, which the novel was completed. I'd written it. But so it was essentially the first 40 pages. And my editor bought it on that sample. But when it came time for edits, she was like, I think we need to cut these first 40 pages. And ultimately, I did end up agreeing with her, and that was the right choice for the book. So I did cut them. But I kept those pages, and I am making them available as a prologue to the book for like as a part of a pre-order incentive. So if you submit proof of purchase at lizparkerwrites.com/pre-order, you'll get this 40-page sample of the book, and it takes place in 2012, which is the book itself takes place now and has some past chapters, but this is 13 years before where the book now starts. And I just kind of wanted to share it and read like the first page of what this book originally was. When Florence Caldwell woke up that morning, she knew that someone was going to die. It wasn't a feeling or a premonition or an ominous tarot card reading. It was simply the way things were. A fact as inked into the town of Burdock Creek's history as the magic the Caldwells had brought with them when Florence's great-grandmother had made the town her home almost a century ago. It was October 13th, 13 years to the day since Florence's father died. Florence and her sister Evie had agreed that on that day of all days, neither of them would go back to their childhood home. Neither of them would step foot on the land or ascend the front steps or cross over the threshold. And so, they thought, neither of them would die. The moral of the story, not of that story, that story doesn't really have a moral, I guess. But the moral of this story, of my story time, is not to throw away any of your writing. So even if you end up cutting something, like, why not make it available to people? Why not use it for a pre-order campaign? If that sounded fun to you, submit proof of purchase, proof of pre-order, and you will receive it in your email a little bit before the book comes out.